This map first impressions video is brought to you by the Farmer Klein YouTube channel. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Hey everybody, and welcome back to another map first impressions video. Today we're going to take a look at Growers Farm. This map can be found over at the farmingsimulator.com website or the in-game mod hub, and it is available for PC only. Let me read you a brief description of the map. It says, "Welcome to Growers Farm. All farm buildings are static. Animated objects, lights, gates, and more. This map includes all Farm Sim 19 features. All animals are built into the map. 59 fields, small, medium, and large. 3 farms, 4 yards, a BGA, shop, 1 grain sell point, cows and sheep at one farm, and pigs and chicken at another farm. And this map has custom missions." Go ahead and jump on in. We're going to go ahead and pick the mods that we typically look at when we are doing our map videos. And that should be about it. Go ahead and pull up the log. We are loading up our starting equipment and our placeables, and we are ready to go. Let's go ahead and take a look at the map. Zoom on out. There are plenty of grass fields on this map. If you are somebody that likes to do grass work, well, you're going to love Growers Farm, I've gotta believe. So this map has all of the standard crop types that come in Farm Sim 19. And if we take a look at the lands area, you'll see that we own the main farm here, as well as fields 6 and 7. There is a BGA here on the map that we're going to find over here to the right. BGA costs $58,800 to buy. The pig and chicken farm is $23,000, almost $24,000. The horse farm and the barn sell point is $55,000. Now there is a rather large forest here over to the west of the map, $546,000. And let's just check a couple other land areas. Field 53 and 48, $825,000. 43 and 44, 681. Check some smaller plots. We have, for example, area 8, 132,000. Area 24 and 21, 199. Area 17, 229. So land is pretty expensive. I have to try to remember to check out this little area up north of field 16, just $12,500 for that. Now there is the ability to buy for $0 most of the land that is kind of like decorational, the road areas, areas between sell points and such not. So that is interesting. If you want to basically landscape all the way up to the road edge, then you can buy this non-playable area, if you will, and make use of it that way. Let's take a look at the sell points. There's basically one sell point that accepts all of our crops. We have the barn, which will be our sell point for silage, hay, straw, and grass until we purchase the BGA. We've got a sawmill for our wood chips, and of course the spinnery for our cotton and wool. Milk, we sell our milk at Growers Farm, our Growers Grain, as well as our eggs. Also, take a look at our starting equipment here. We can see it is all very low hours, well maintained, fairly large list of starting equipment, given the fact that we only start with 2 fields. We start with no animals in the pens, and we do have our contracts. Now, there is at least one set of custom contracts that is Oxygen David is in here as a farm owner or a contract giver outer, if you will. Now, it does look like the map author has forgotten to include an image for Oxygen David as a custom contract owner. So you will get an error in your log. if you do happen to get an Oxygen David contract. Let's go ahead and take a look at our starting fleet. Start out with 3 tractors, the Valtra N154E, Fendt Favorite 511C, and the John Deere 6135M, range in horsepower from 115 to 165 horsepower. We have the New Holland TX32 Harvester, 2014 version of the pickup truck, AgriLiner TKD302 trailer. Then we have the New Holland TX32 header, Salford plow. We have the Amazon Catros 2002-2 cultivator, Amazon D830 seeder. We have the side mower. We have the Vicon tedder, Coon windrower. We have a New Holland round baler. We have a TMR mixer, water trailer, loader arms. We have a bale spike and a weight, or as our own equipment. Nothing is leased. Let's go ahead and check if we have any custom animal areas that we can put down. You have the workshop place, or at least a workshop trigger. There we go. Let's go ahead and start taking a look around the farm. Well, before we do that, let's take a look here at the farmhouse. We have the farmhouse from, oh gosh, I don't know if this was Oakfield, Oakdale, was it Lone Oak? Going inside. And basically we've got all kinds of cool stuff in here. Around the kitchen, we've got an interesting poster on the fridge. I apparently stole an old tractor. $100 reward in cash. Now, in order to sleep, you're going to have to actually go up into the bedroom. Now, working lights. And then once we come into the bedroom, you're going to see that we do have the sleep trigger. And this guy, he is one dedicated mapper. He's got GE up, and he's got a monitor there on his bed. I suspect he's got himself a wireless keyboard and mouse too, that he can just bring over here and, well, dare I say, do some mapping while maybe the wife is sleeping. Go ahead and head on downstairs, and let's get out here into the farm, and let's take a look around at the farm itself. We've got a nice hot air balloon flying around. There's our pickup truck. And all kinds of these doors here around the farm are going to open and close for us. Turn the game sound down just a hair bit. That should be better. Windrower, total mixed rations. All kinds of cool things here. I would suggest, exploring around at the main farm. You're gonna find little bits of decorative items all over the place. Have our silage bunker for our cows, and our entrance into field 6. Go ahead and run back around here. Shame, the only thing in there is our seeder. We've got our harvester over here, our Valtra tractor, and then we have our slurry. This is our cow area. We have our milk. Around here we have the water trough. Now I do activate the animal pen extension mod just to see if the map author has integrated this into the map. By the fact that this is placed here, simply means that the map author has not implemented that in the map. But again, with the new version of the animal pen extension, it doesn't need to be integrated into the map. You can just place it yourself. Got our milk trigger, if I didn't already say that there. Then we have our food trough and our straw trigger right here. And then this is where we're going to buy our cows. Around the corner, we have our silo dump and fill point. Vent. And then in here, this is an example of some of the cool areas that you should just explore and find nice images of the area. We're going to see some of these areas. And then, lo and behold, he's got it up here too. Got this map up in Giants Editor all over the farm. Like he is trying to edit the map every chance he gets. What I really like are these really nice textured, weathered looking doors on these buildings. And this is a building that we saw, I think, first in, well, I think it's the same place that we saw the house. Not Lone Oak, Oakdale. Maybe it's Oakdale, maybe? But it definitely did not have these doors on it. Really like those doors. On the corner here, we have our sheep area. Our sheep purchase trigger. And the sheep have this massive pasture over here. Got our water trough for our sheep, and then our food trough for the sheep. And then the wool is actually, oh no. That clipped through the wall? Oh. Alright, so our wool is going to be right here, I believe. And that pretty much is the main farm. Got another silage bunker over here. And then this is the same entrance into field 6. Already saw, yeah, because we came through over here, didn't we? Round baler. You're gonna find all kinds of stuff scattered around. Lots of areas to store stuff, so definitely look. If you're trying to find some of your starting equipment and you don't know where it is, definitely look for it. There are 2 entrances into field 6, so that makes me feel a little bit better, but I wasn't going a little crazy there. Let's go ahead and take to the skies and do a bit of a fly around, and then we'll land at the shop and well, drive around the map in a little bit more detail. All right, so here we go. Get a nice aerial view here, first off, of the big cow area and the even larger sheep area. We have field 6 and then field 7 right here. Road cutting through it, and the road is bringing you around to access field 8. Of course, we don't own field 8, but we could. Easy enough. Go a little bit higher, and we can kind of get a good overview of the map, and we can really see how many of these fields are grass versus set up for arable farming. I would say maybe 1/4 of the fields are for arable, and 3/4 of the fields are set up for grass. And while we're over here, let's go ahead and take a look. We've got a really cool setup here with respect to this forest. So when we come into the forest off of this road, okay, road between 6 and 59. We come into the forest, and basically this is what we see as we come in. Got the old shed that was down by the pond on Lone Oak. Over here at this pond, got a bit of a dock platform kind of here in the middle of this little island area. I guess you kind of have to swim out to the island, get to the dock. Of course, we can go inside here and explore around. Basically, the little cabin was on Lone Oak. And then over here we have what I am calling kind of a motocross course. Pretty cool. Come on around here, we can kind of pick up where this starts. Jumps, banked turns, barrels, kind of marking the edge of the course. Then it just kind of disappears into the grass. Guess it continues on here, but maybe maybe whoever used this hasn't used it for quite a while, and as a result, it's kind of found its way back to nature. It's little things like this that really give the map a sense of life of its own. Go ahead and come on over here. We've got the spinnery, which is over here to our right. Got another cool little area there in that little patch of woods. It's kind of a little campground, little picnic area. Get to it off of field 56. Come around, you got a little picnic table, lantern, and a campfire area. So in the northwest of the map, we have our sawmill. For our wood chip and log selling. Go further down this road here, we're going to come up to our pig farm and the chicken farm. And like I said, we're gonna cover these on the ground in a bit more detail. Beyond that, we have the shop, and then we have that waterfall that we saw photographed in the house. Our animal dealer is up here in the northeast of the map. Field 41, 22 acres in size. Is our animal dealer. Small town here, and then coming down here to our right, we have the BGA, or to our left, we have the BGA and our sole sell point. We have two bunkers. We have our digester, and there is our dump point for our sole sell point on the map. As far as our grain goes, got a bit of a castle, a ruined castle down there, just south of field 25. Come over here to the equine area, the equestrian area, as well as the barn sell point. And before we loop back to the shop, I wanted to check out and see what this little area north of field 16 was. If you remember a little bit ago, we saw that and it was just shy of $12,500 to buy. Like it might be a small little farm that you could buy. Got a decorative farmhouse, shed, and that's about it. But if you were just starting out, doing some starting out on a budget. You'd have a really small shed here to put some equipment in. Be a really nice starting place. And this was also part of that. Now I've got to wonder, these are decorative or if these are legits. Look decorative to me in the fact that I'm not getting a little hand to grab, which would imply that they were dynamic objects. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get back up to the shop, and we'll pick you up from there. All right, let's go ahead and get in our Mahindra and do a bit of a drive around the map. See things from a bit of a different perspective. First thing I noticed down here at the shop, we've got some nice decorative objects going on. We've got a Fent over there that looks like it's going to be under some sort of nice spotlight at night. We've got our trigger over there for customizing and selling. And let's go ahead and come on out here. Make our way over to the animal dealer. Here we have the the rapids, I guess that's supposed to be, and the waterfall. Got a nice walking bridge and a vehicle bridge to get over here to Field 41. Got really nice road signs. Coming in here to Growers Town, at least that's what the road sign seemed to call it. We've got Growers Grain to our right, but we don't have a sign really indicating what is to our left, which is going to be the animal dealer. What do we have here? Looks like a branded vehicle. Like the see kind of the road marks. Maybe this vehicle lost control and skidded off the road. Up this way we've got our animal dealer. We've got nice open and close hours, but I don't think these buildings actually close. I don't see a gate, for example, here at the animal dealer. Here we have our animal buy trigger. So the astute of you may have noticed the tire tracks on the roads. Well, I've already had recorded part of this segment, and then realized that there was no game sound because I updated my graphics drivers right before recording this segment. And well, instead of having about 6 or 7 minutes of silence as far as game sound, I went ahead and just started recording it again. Scoot oil. Oil, Scott Oil. Is that a legit thing, or is that just an attempt to not have Shell oil here on the map? As we make our way down here to the only green sell point, this is also our PGA for the map. See that the map, while it looks maybe from the air to be flat for the most part, you're going to see that a lot of these fields, especially the fields south of the PGA here, have a nice rolling feel to them. This particular sell point could in theory close down. It's got gates to go across of it, but I don't think it actually does. Over here at the PGA we have our digester. We have our sole grain sell point on the map, and the entrance to this, or maybe the exit, depending on which way you come in, this is pretty tight. you're somebody who likes to play with long trailers and big trailers, well, you might have to be pulling in there and backing into the sell point as opposed to really doing a pull through. We have our 2 silage bunkers here. Already checked the chaff triggers on those. Those are all pretty good. And let's do a bit of driving in first person so we can really look around and just experience the map from a driver's perspective. We get that sense of the rolling hills through the fields. All of these elevation changes and rolling hills, they just feel real good. They feel natural. They don't have super steep hills. At the same time, we're not talking about board, flat fields either. That's the way to the main farm. What we're going to do is go ahead on down here and check out this abandoned castle ruin. What's down this way? Got plenty of time. Got some other visitors down here. Checking it out. Now we're going to be rude and just drive on up into it. I'm sure this is going to just give some preservation committee member a heart attack. But you know what? We don't really care, do we? This would have been a fun place to look for nuggets. Kind of started thinking, I wonder if they're going to bring nuggets back in 21. That'd be pretty cool, I think. Maybe there was enough people giving feedback that that they enjoyed the nuggets. Yeah, if you don't want to look for them, you don't have to. And maybe Giants could even put in a menu option to turn nuggets on or off. The folks that don't want the nuggets and don't want to run the risk of finding them in order to clutter up their mini-map, well, maybe they have the ability in the menus to turn off nuggets. That would be pretty cool. So I'm stuck. Alright, so let's get back on with our farm tour. I just need to remember to drive on the wrong side of the road. Otherwise I'm going to run into traffic. Road to the dairy farm. Kind of a lane to cut across the next major road. We have kind of a static AI farm, if you will. I don't think this is viable land. We'll check it out. No, this isn't. Well, it's technically part of the $0 land that you can buy. But for all intents and purposes, it is a AI decorative farm. It might be used in transport missions, maybe. check the mini-map. So this is the direction to this farm lane. Or is it saying the farm is that direction? Sure, I went the wrong way, but at any rate, this is the horse farm here. Equine facility. Whoa! That opens into the road. What? That is not the direction I would have expected that gate to swing. But I expected it to swing right over to here. And lots of really nice decorative bits. Map is decorated fairly well. Riding area. Here we have the horse purchase trigger or delivery trigger. We have our straw trigger here. We have our food trough and our water trough. And again, as I mentioned at the main farm, I activate the animal pen extension just to see if maybe the mod author has added that custom to the map or not. The fact that it is there in the middle tells me that they have not. Again, that's no big deal because with the new animal pen extension, just place it in game. You don't need to use Giants Editor to place it, so that's pretty cool. Then this is also the barn sell point. Barn sell point is going to be right there at the corner. Let's just see, do the hedges have collisions? Pretty good. One more time. Look pretty good. Looks like the hedges are collision free. Now, of course, areas that have fences, I suspect, are not collision free. Nope. I saw an interesting road texture. Dirt road. Maybe it's a walking path. Whatever it is. Continue on. It's going to take us down to that small farm that we saw just north of field 16. That does include land that you can buy. And buy this farm. It was like $12,500. Got just a couple small sheds here that you can put stuff in. But again, if you're doing a start from scratch gameplay, then you might want something like this. That's nice and cheap to purchase. I do know one way of finding out if those bales are static or animated in any way. Come on, run into them. And if they're legit bales, they'll move. That's what I thought. Head on back to the north so we can go take a look at the sawmill and then conclude at the pig and chicken farm. I think that road would have took us up to the forest. Go ahead and take that. And this is the forest that has that little pond with the nice little cabin and that motocross course. Take a ride on it. No, I can't not take a ride on it, so we've got some portions of it still. Around this way. And then we probably loop back. Is that the tractor that's missing? Did we find it? Oh, we might have found it. We stole it and brought it up in here into the woods. Man, I hope I didn't ruin something for somebody. I'm kind of worried about how these fences are going to swing. We don't need to check out the main farm. It's going to be directly in front of us. And check out the spinnery. Take this narrow little lane up here. And the spinnery, which is going to be our cotton and wool sell point. No markers, but there you go. It's kind of catty-cornered square. And let's just check. No, we don't have an Oxygen David contract pop up again. Had them pop up a couple times. Look, there's one of that missing tractor signs. Yeah, I think I found it. 135 stolen. Small farm, Massey Ray tractor stolen Growers Farm. If found, please go. We found it. Oh, dang, we found it. Where's my money? Gatehead Growers Grain. That was cool, that little truck pull-off area. Here we have the sawmill. We have our log cell trigger. Then we have our wood chips. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Whole area is pretty cool looking. Take a bit of a shortcut. Traffic moves pretty slow on the map. And then this is where we're going to stop. This is the pig farm and chicken farm. And you can buy this particular farm for the low, low price of $23,000, almost $24,000. The horse area is $55,000. The main farm, which includes the big sheep and cow area, is $201,000. Here we have the food trough and the straw trigger for our pigs. Here we have the buy trigger and delivery drop-off point for our bacon makers. Flurry trigger. Then down here we have our chickens. So we have the buy trigger for chickens, or the can't really deliver chickens, but we have the ability to purchase our chickens. We have our egg point in our food trough. And the chickens just kind of roam around. A couple buildings around here to store your stuff, but not a whole lot of storage. As far as the manure point, our water trigger. Not sure where the pig manure is going to spawn in at, unless it spawns in here and you have to clean it out. Maybe that's why you can why this gate opens. You have to come in here and maybe clean it out. Only other guess is that it spawns in here somehow. Really don't know that part. So guys, there you go. That is Growers Farm. Again, this map can be found over at the farmingsimulator.com website or in the in-game mod hub. And this map is for PC only. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of Growers Farm? I know this map was out in 17, I think, toward the very end of 17. And now it is back here in 19. Let me know, is it a map that you played in 17? Are you excited that it's back? Or are you looking forward to playing it in 19? And until next time, happy farming. Be sure to click that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell.